What's going on, guys? It's the Abstract. Wait, I messed that one up. I'm with CB Radio here. We're going to give our opinions on our predictions, rather, for UFC 145, starting with Brandon Schaub versus Ben Rothwell.
You know how hard it is not to laugh from you saying that.
I'm not going to restart the recording, so we're going to use this one. Okay, so Brandon
Alright.
Schaub. He is a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and most of his wins have come by submission.
Rear naked chokehold.
You think that rear naked chokehold on Ben Rothwell?
He's a wrestler, so probably not. Well, he might play him into it though, like Anderson Silva did to Chael Sonnen a couple years ago.
Well, Chael
Could
Sonnen
do
is
that.
a stupid fighter. I'm still mad
Yeah.
at it. But
You're crying when he lost.
But he is a kickboxer, so I think that he would have enough strength to not to get pulled into those submission maneuvers that Brandon Schaub would have in his arsenal, being a purple belt in BJJ. I would have to give it to Ben Rothwell in this one because Ben Rothwell, not only does he have the wrestling background, which would enable him to take him down, but being a kickboxer, he has that strength of that brute force that he can use to knock him out with his fists or his knees and legs.
Submission, not submission. Yeah, or in his ground game.
Yeah, so if Brandon Schaub wants to bang, that's going to be not his playground.
What?
He wants to
if he wants to bang.
He will stand and bang. That's the thing. If he wants to stand and bang, I forgot to say stand. But if he wants to bend over and bang, Ben Rothwell could give him a good pounding.
Take him to Pound Town.
Take him to Pound Town. But no, if Brandon Schaub wants to stand and bang, it'll be in Ben Rothwell's favor for the stand up. Even in I think on the ground it'll be in Ben Rothwell's favor because he'll be able to counter and be able to utilize his elbows and punches, even if he's in Brandon Schaub's guard.
Yeah. The only thing is though, it takes one mess up, and you know that Brandon Schaub is gonna just take advantage of that and put him into a submission. That one slip up could cost him. I mean, it's a small fraction of a chance or whatever you want to call it, but there's still a possibility there. I mean,
there's that possibility.
I don't know,
but I think that possibility is pretty slim in this. Brandon Schaub, I mean, he's won most of his fight. I think he's only lost one fight, but he's been going against people who aren't really well-rounded. And when he did go against people who were well-rounded, like Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, he lost. He even lost to Roy Nelson. So I mean, these people that are well-rounded in submission, ground game, and punching and kicking, he loses to them. So I got to give it to Ben Rothwell on this one.
And I was gonna go with Brandon Schaub. I was gonna say something else, but I was gonna give it to him. But after your arguments, I have to switch mine. You're right. If you God, I can't think right now. Ben Rothwell, he's the more complete fighter. I mean, I'm gonna have to give it to him as well.
Honestly, I would say end of first round. Knockout for Ben Rothwell, maybe second round TKO for Ben Rothwell. I don't see it going past the third round. Him being such a striker that he is.
But if it goes into like the fifth round or whatever, fifth round, right? That's 5 rounds.
No, 3 rounds. It's a non.
3 rounds.
Fight. Yeah, it's a non-title fight.
Okay. Well, if it goes to 3 or whatever, if it gets to the end of it, I mean, Schaub could pull it out. I mean,
he can. If Ben Rothwell,
if it's a submission and lets his guard down in the end, like because he's tired, that could be it.
Yeah.
At the end of the 3 rounds.
You have a really good point. If Ben Rothwell tires himself out swinging, trying to go for that quick knockout,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Brandon Shaw
TKO,
will
but I
have
mean,
the home
count,
advantage
yeah.
in the second, towards the end of the second round, the beginning of third, and the having 5 minutes in the third in one round when you're tired with the BJJ purple belt, that is not a place to be.
Purple belt doesn't scare me as much as if it was a black belt. I mean, I obviously if it was fighting me, I'd be scared, but I
Well,
mean,
purple belts aren't. I mean, they're not as
still well
good,
respected.
but yeah, they do have skill,
I didn't say he
especially.
didn't. You just know what I mean.
Yeah, but I still got to give it to Ben Rothwell on that one. But
Yeah, I was thinking, BJJ because they're just been so dominant here in UFC, but you changed my ideas, sir.
now that we killed that topic, there's nothing to, I guess Royal. I can't pronounce his name now.
Rory McDonald.
Yes, McDonald versus Chi Mills. Um, I would have to go Rory McDonald on this one because he's. I don't know too much about Mills, to be honest. I always go for if I don't know the person and I know the other one, I always tend to go for the other one because I know what they can do. I like to be shocked, and I hope that Mills will do something impressive. Maybe a flash knockout, something to get his name out there. But I just don't think he'll be able to stand a chance against McDonald.
Yeah, I don't know either. McDonald has got is he kickboxing? I can't remember right now. I don't know these two guys very well, obviously. But I do know that McDonald. I don't know why I'm forgetting names. Has had a couple good submissions. So I mean that could come into play really easily.
Yeah. I'll give it to McDonald.
Yeah, I don't know these two guys very well, which sounds bad because we're doing a review of them, but okay, yeah, he's got pretty much all of his wins have been either a TKO or submissions.
Yeah.
So if the only time he's ever lost, he's only had one loss, and it was a TKO on strike. So
versus Carlo Condit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
shit, I think that was the UFC I watched like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think that was.
I watched them all get on my level.
I don't. If there's some big names, I'll watch it or I'll check it up on Sports Center. Like I don't follow UFC hardcore, but I do enjoy watching it. It's fun because things can change in a second.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what would be bad is if we put up this prediction video and then people watch it and then they come to check out the video and we're wrong on all of our predictions.
You know what would make it even better or even worse if we were right on all our predictions.
Yeah.
That would be worse. People are gonna start tuning in every UFC. Oh, let's hear what Taz and CB have to say about this one.
Yeah, let's see what the great Taz and CB have to do. But now that we're getting on topic, right. I guess that means that we're done with the McDonald and Mills fight. I don't know who Mills is.
I don't know much about those two, so
I know McDonald, and I put my bet on him simply because
I'm gonna go with McDonald.
He's a known name. Now this
I don't know the other guy.
This I can go on forever.
Jones. Evans and John Jones.
Yeah. This is such a hard pick to choose. Rashad Evans is I think he's an NCAA champion, collegiate champion wrestler. So John Jones is a collegiate wrestler. He's a freestyle. He's more of a hybrid fighter. Like he's the first of his kind in the UFC to where if you watch his fights, if he doesn't know the fighter, he'll test him in the first round. By the second round, he'll have them figured out and beat him, no matter who it is. Because I thought that Lyoto would be his match. That Lyoto would beat him. By the second round, he choked Lyoto out. By the middle of the second round.
Huh.
This guy, he adapts to the situation so quickly that it's hard to break his not concentration, but that
Could it be possible though that he's also kind of playing the people, trying to let them, you know, make their moves first so he can see what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be doing it though too?
well, that's what I'm saying. He's learning like the first round. The first round he never goes in for kills. He never goes in for punches. They're just really weak jabs. He's trying to learn his opponent and see what
See
they're
where the
going to
weak
fight
spots
like.
are.
Yeah, and then the second round is when you'll see him come alive and either go for a knockout or a submission. But then again, Rashad Evans, it's the same way. When you expect him to lose, he will somehow win, and when you expect him to win, he will somehow lose. So,
So basically,
Rashad,
we should pick neither of these guys because we'll both be right.
pretty much. So,
Um, I don't know John Jones well. I know Evans slightly because I've kind of watched his fights with Rampage. Of course, Rampage, I guess, was kind of washed up at that point in time in his career, but still, you know.
well, John Jones choked out Rampage Jackson in the third round. I've never seen anybody. The first three rounds, John Jones was manhandling Rampage in every sense of the word. There was nothing that Rampage could do that was even beginning to hurt Jones in any way. I've never seen that happen to Rampage. And even some of the fighters that Rashad Evans had trouble with, Lyoto knocked out Rashad Evans. Mauricio beat Rashad Evans. John Jones flew past them. Didn't even go past the second round with either of those, Mauricio Shogun Hua or Lyoto. So I would have to put my money on the safest bet at this point, which would be John Jones because of his hybrid style of fighting. I wouldn't count Rashad Evans out.
I think this is going to go the full length. I think it's going to come down to a decision.
I don't think it's going to go to decision. John Jones has too much to prove right now because he's at a point where he's being hated by the fans because they don't think that he's proven himself yet. So he's going to try his hardest to finish the fight with either a KO, a TKO, or a submission. So I don't think he was.
It's going to be hard to get against Evans though.
Well, if John Jones can utilize his reach, because I think if I remember, John Jones has either a 10 or 11-inch reach advantage on Rashad Evans.
Holy crap, that's a big advantage.
If Rashad Evans is smart, he's going to go in and keep it to where John Jones can't utilize the reach.
Yeah.
John Jones knows this, so he's going to try his hardest to keep back as far away as possible from Rashad to
and
utilize
make jabs and quick strikes and back off.
But then the problem is that Lyoto tried this as well in his fight with John Jones. Lyoto would go in and go for the clinch, and when he did, John Jones got a guillotine on him, and having such long arms, he was able to basically make Lyoto go out within 2 seconds. He didn't even have time to tap. He was out by the time Jones locked in.
Yeah.
So if Rashad Evans tries to go for the clinch or the takedown, still you would have to look out for those long arms because he can use those to set up a submission.
Yeah.
But I think I have to go with John Jones. But I'm
going to give mine to Rashad Evans. I know him better, I guess. I guess I could say it that way. I mean, I really don't know them, you know. I haven't watched film, I guess you could say. Now, if you were talking about, like, the NFL, I could, you know, name off this person, their 40 time, this, that, and the other thing. But, you know.
Well, MMA is better than NFL.
Oh, don't do this, Taz. We're not going to have this argument here. But I'm going to give mine to Rashad Evans and 5 by decision.
Yeah, and I mean, I won't count Rashad Evans out. My bet is on John Jones, but I will not count him out. I'm expecting Rashad Evans to pull off an upset. He's a huge underdog in this fight, and if we know anything about
Evans
underdogs,
is the underdog?
Huh?
Evans is the underdog? I thought Jones was.
No, Rashad Evans is the underdog here. I think he's the 5-1 underdog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
And if history, has proven anything to us, underdogs have the biggest chance of winning because
well,
they
they have
have the
nothing to
most to
lose.
gain.
They have nothing to lose either.
Yeah. Well, they have everything to lose.
Nah. Well, yeah. If they
If he
get tapped
loses,
and
he's
break their
back
arm.
down on the bottom. He has to work his way back up to a title shot.
45 seconds remains.
I mean, they both have something to lose here. It's either Rashad Evans loses, he's back down on the bottom, and he has to fight with the jobbers of the UFC, the people they know he can beat to work him way back up. He would have to go through Lyoto again. He would have to go through Mauricio again. I mean,
Yeah.
they both have something to lose. John Jones has a bigger loss if he loses, but Rashad Evans has something to lose. But the underdog has every chance to win. I want to say, well, I really want to say that I don't know who will win, but I know I have to make a prediction on this, and I say John Jones.
I say Evans.
Right, so, I'm going to be calling you when Evans loses, right? And laughing in your face.
Yeah, okay.
But
go ahead, you're the quote-unquote expert. I did air quotes, too. So, that pretty much wrap it up?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. So you say Rashad Evans going the distance and getting the decision win. So I say Jones by I'd say Jones
Submission?
finishing it by the second round.
I'm sorry, yeah, knockout or TKO. I'm sorry, I was.
By just finishing it in any form or fashion, whatever he can do to end it. So I'd like to thank you for helping me out with the prediction video.
Yeah, next one I'll come much more prepared. I'll do more research.
I did sort of put you on the spot when I'm like, hey, you got up for a call? I want to do it right now. So
I did.
Give me some more time.
I'm sure I'll also start, watching and getting more into it again. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually, sat down and watched UFC, I guess you could say. Like, I know the fighters, most of the fighters, I should say, from the past, 6 months, but 6 months is a long time away.
It is.
I think the last one I watched was when Lesnar retired. Maybe it might have been the one before that.
Lesnar retired. That was last month.
No, it was one before that. The last time he was on pay-per-view.
Oh, he didn't retire. He had to. He went inactive for a surgery.
Was that? Who was I watching?
It wasn't a retirement. You might be thinking about.
I don't know. I watched it at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's where I watch it. So whatever the poster says, I was kind of eating food too, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, there's no better time than to wrap it up right now on that note. I've been the Abstract Zodiac, and keep it abstract.
I'm CBR4D10. See you guys. Peace.